Hi everyone, welcome to Kimber Creations. It's me, Kim. I've been away for a little bit. Most of you know that I've been sick. I am getting better. My voice comes in and out, still pretty nasally and things like that. But as a whole, I think I'm on the mend. Or at least I'm hoping so. But what I wanted to do, and what I wanted to do earlier this week, is to start doing a card lift series. I think I mentioned this a little, maybe last week, I believe, in one of the videos I had done, mentioned something and to kind of get an idea if you all would like to see that. And I know some had commented, and so I don't know how long the series is going to be, how many days or how many weeks or whatever, because good Lord knows I have many, many books to look through and whatever. So for today, though, I thought I would take, I'm trying to show you this card here. I needed to make a birthday card anyway, so I saw this one, and I thought we would go ahead and lift this one. I went ahead and I cut everything out ahead of time just to hopefully cut down on the video. And as you can see, this looks like a pretty good size square card. I didn't really look. I was just looking through the pictures basically, and and this one for whatever reason popped out. But what I'm going to do, because this just looks like a single fold, I wanted to turn mine into a oh my goodness, what are they called? I know there's a name for this. Easel card. And so that it stands up like this. And so I went ahead and I cut this. This is a 5x5 card when it's all done. And I cut out just some scrap papers that I had of this pink, and it's got floral design on it. I cut that at, and I don't have any of the measurements in front of me, but anyway, I believe it's 4 3/4 by 4 3/4, and then I cut this one just a little bit larger for on the top to layer it. I apologize, I didn't write the measurements down. I was just cutting away and then plumb forgot about doing all that. So that's going to be the top. That's going to be the easel part. And then for the inside, I just cut another white piece and then just a scrap. I didn't even measure this. It happened to be a scrap off of what I was cutting, and it worked out really well. And that's what's going to go on the bottom there. And then I still have room inside to put my message in. So we're just going to basically put this aside. Some of the other things that I used, I did, because mine will look similar, but obviously if it's a card lift, or my understanding of card lift is you take that design and you kind of tweak it to your own liking or whatever. So I did get a doily. I went ahead and stamped out a happy birthday sentiment, and I'm going to back that with the brown like craft paper. I went ahead, and here's all my pieces that I've cut, and I used, and then this will be the flower center. And some of the things that I used was this Doris. Let's see if I can show you this Doris embossing folder. It's like a damask print on it, and that's what I did after I cut the flowers out. And the flowers are cut from the Tattered Florals from Tim Holtz. And then these little squiggly thing, floral flourish thing, is this die that I had gotten from a friend of mine, and it cuts this out, and I went ahead and I cut that out, and I just snipped off like the flower pieces because I just wanted like the swirl stuff. So and then I'm going to also use worn lipstick and vintage photo for some distressing around the flowers and whatnot. So why don't we go ahead and get started. I'm going to try to make this video not long, but long enough that you get the idea and see the finished product. So what I'm going to do is just go around the flower petals, still trying to get my mojo back after being sick, and it's taken me a little bit. Oh, and I don't know, see that flower petals wanting to, I'm going to fix that though, wanting to rip from the embossing folder. So I don't know if any of you have the same problem, but I seem to have the problem sometimes of when I run my items through the embossing folders, they want to rip. And I don't know what I'm doing wrong, or, you know, if I need to, I don't know what I need to do. I'm just trying to talk and do this at the same time. So if anybody has any pointers of how you can use your embossing folders without your papers ripping, I would greatly appreciate some help on that. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I really don't. So I'm just going to do these as quickly and carefully as I can. I'm just adding a little bit of color to, you know, the edges, just to get it to pop a little bit. And then I think what I'm going to do is also go around this pink part. I don't know if it's going to show up real well, but I don't know, I guess I'll feel a little bit better doing that. So I hope everyone is having a good day. I don't know if you all had seen my last IT guy's video that it was late last night. He still tried to get in on Tuesday, and he made a card, bless his heart anyway, and he did a really good job, I felt. A lot better than the very first time he made a card, so I think he's getting better at it. So you have to go check that one out and see what you all think. So now I'm just taking the vintage photo and going to go around the brown petals as well, just to add some color. I'm hoping that I can get through this video quickly without coughing. I was up quite a bit again last night off and on, and I ended up sleeping on the couch just because I was afraid. Well, for one, I never woke up, and plus by the time I did, I was afraid that I was going to wake up hubby, so I stayed on the couch last night, and still trying to relax a little bit, but really wanted to get to creating and keeping up with the excuse me, I'm sorry, and keeping up with the videos. And I will go around the sentiment a little bit with the vintage photo and around the brown as well. And I see that I'm getting a mess already on my papers, but that's okay. We'll move it here in a second. So anyway, I think what I'm going to do, okay, now that I've made a total mess, I'm going to go ahead and put this on so that it's not as hard to put it all together when it's done. So for those that don't know, on an easel card, you just apply your adhesive to this bottom piece here. What I did is like I said, this is a 5x5. I should probably get my red sticky tape, but hopefully this will hold. But I took the 5x5 card and scored this in half to make the easel part. And then you just place another single 5x5 piece on top of that. Make sure everything's lined up. And then there's that. Okay. Now I'm going to take my white piece, and layer that on here. And I'm going to try to line it up. I got some ink on there, but that's okay because it's going to get covered up anyway. So, and then you take the next layer. I probably should have just pulled out that glue, but I'm trying to get this video done quickly but nicely, and I think I just, yeah. And then I'm going to layer this one on top of the white. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and get the inside done too, so I can get that out of the way. I hadn't decided yet what I was going to put on the inside, so we're just going to leave that blank for now. Just wanted to get the main part, and I guess hopefully I just did not mess this up. Okay, just rechecking to see if everything fits on there right, since I cut this out ahead of time. And excuse me, really hoping I wasn't going to cough, but I see I can't seem to get away from it, and that's empty. Hopefully I have enough to get through here. Okay, so this is going to go on the inside. Now that card in the magazine, or at least for that picture, doesn't show that there's anything on the inside. I'm assuming you can just barely see the inside, you know, standing up. I don't know what they have, if anything, but this is how we're gonna do mine. Okay, so then they have this doily here. And this doily's got a piece. Okay. I'm trying to get this so that it'll maybe, okay. We fold it down flat like this. And I do want to grab these pieces and just kind of see where I want to go with it. Kind of sort of like so. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get my, this is the Tombow multi-glue, and I'm going to go ahead and put the flower together. And I just layer it. Now I didn't use all of the pieces to the you know, when you die cut it out, I didn't use that one like flower, more rounded flower shape. I'm just going to use these ones to get as close. Now there's that petal, and hopefully I can save it. I think if I just carefully glue that down, nobody will ever know, except for you and I, that it was coming apart. And that glue sticks really well, so I'm not too overly concerned about it. I'm just going to kind of place these kind of sort of where I think they're going to go before I completely put them down. So that looks pretty good like that. Before I do that, and before I forget, I'm going to go ahead and glue this down. Okay, that is pretty close to where I think it should go. So I'm to kind of keep the doily somewhat in the place that I wanted it. I'm just going to glue that down. I'm going to take as carefully as I can. I'm shaking, so sorry about that. Since this sticks really well, I'm not too concerned about getting every little spot on here. If I just, and I'm not even on camera, so I apologize for that too. So if we put this up in here, and while that's drying, I'm going to go ahead and apply the glue to these spots here. I didn't really have, or I didn't look real close, the floral greenery that they show. I didn't, or I couldn't find anything close enough to that in my dyes and stuff, so that's why I just decided to use these ones. And they show that they use 2 different colors, and I went through my greens, and I just couldn't find anything, a green that really looked nice. I mean, I'm sure that I have one, but I just I wasn't satisfied with what I was seeing, so I'm trying to figure out how I want, because I know when that, I don't want to go off too much of the edge, because when it stands up, you know, it needs to, and they have their happy birthday up here, where I knew ahead of time I wanted mine more so down here. So that looks pretty good. I'm just going to go ahead and apply glue to this, like so. And normally I would pop this up just, you know, on some dimensionals, but because of the idea that I had for the embellishment, the flower, I just wanted to make sure that everything stuck on there okay. And so I hear a big truck. Oh, we have another feed truck coming in. I couldn't figure out what I was hearing coming down the driveway. Sorry about that. Okay, so there's that. And I know that it needs time to dry, but like I said, I'm just trying to go over this quickly. And I want to use this little one for in the center. I thought that would be nice. There. And then this one. Now, I don't know. I think it's because of where I stored these. My poor little flowers, and I've had these for eons, are starting to fade out. So I'm sure I'm going to still use them on some other project, but it's just kind of funny that I don't know if it was from the age or just where they were being stored. And then I wanted to put this one right here. And there. I do know that I have to add something to the easel part yet for it to stand up. I'll probably put a ribbon or something there just to put a nice little stopper, and you can't see that. So that's what the end result looks like. Let me show you again. Okay, this and mine. So it's, I'm assuming, you know, from my understanding, this is what my take on a card lift. If I'm totally off, please let me know. But this is how I've always understood it. You look at a picture and you kind of go by it, but you also add your own thing. So anyway, there it is. I hope you've enjoyed this, and until next time, you know, I don't, like I said, I don't know how many card lift series, you know, how many is going to be in the series or anything, but this is at least the beginning of it, and we'll go from there. If you all have enjoyed this, please give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, and subscribe if you're not a subscriber, and share this video with others. I know that was a lot, so anyway, y'all have a blessed day, and thanks for watching. Love and hugs.